is Anna. I am 25 years old, and I live in a small, quiet town. To the outside world, my life seems perfect. I have a loving husband, a beautiful home, and a stable job. People look at me and see someone who has everything they could ever want. But inside, I feel like I am drowning. My heart feels heavy every single day, and no one knows the truth. 1 year ago, I made a terrible mistake. I married Mark, a man I do not love. It wasn't for love, nor for companionship. It was out of anger, a reckless decision to hurt someone else, my ex-boyfriend. At the time, I thought it was the perfect revenge. I wanted him to see that I had moved on, that I had built a life without him, that I was happy. But in the process, I only hurt myself. Mark is a kind man, perhaps the kindest I have ever known. He loves me with all his heart, without hesitation, without expectation. He does everything he can to make me happy, bringing me flowers, just because, surprising me with small gifts, and always greeting me with a warm smile. But no matter what he does, I cannot return his love. And he knows it. One evening, he looked at me with sorrow in his eyes and said, "Anna, please don't leave me. I know you don't love me yet, but I believe that one day you will. My love is strong enough for both of us." His words made me want to cry. They hurt because I knew they would never come true. My heart remained silent. There were no words to fix this, no way to make things right. My mother used to tell me, "Anna, love will grow with time. Not everyone marries for love, but love can come later, if you're patient." But the longer I waited, the more I felt like I was living a lie. One evening, Mark planned a romantic dinner for us. He lit candles and cooked my favorite meal. He smiled at me and said, "This is for you, Anna, because you are my everything." I tried to smile back, but inside, I felt nothing but emptiness. I forced myself to eat, but every bite felt heavy. I couldn't enjoy the dinner, no matter how much love he had put into it. I felt trapped in a life that wasn't mine. After dinner, he took me to the park where he had proposed. The place that should have been filled with beautiful memories now felt suffocating. He held my hand gently and said, "Remember this place. This is where I promised to love you forever." I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell him the truth that I did not love him, that I never had, but I couldn't. I didn't have the courage to hurt him, to shatter his world. So I stayed quiet, and the silence between us grew louder with each passing day. At night, I lay in bed and stared at the ceiling, wondering if I would ever feel happiness again. My best friend, Lisa, noticed my sadness. One afternoon, she pulled me aside and said, "Anna, what's wrong? You don't look happy." For the first time, I told someone the truth. I poured out my heart, confessing the burden I had been carrying for so long. Lisa listened and then said, "Anna, maybe you and Mark need time apart. Take a break and see how you feel." But deep down, I knew that time wouldn't solve anything. My problem wasn't time, it was my heart. One day, I finally tried to tell Mark how I felt. I sat him down and said, "Mark, I need to talk to you about us." Before I could say anything more, he interrupted me. "I know what you're thinking, Anna. Please, don't give up on us yet." His words made me feel worse. He was holding on to hope that no longer existed. I had none left. Then, one evening, Mark asked me a question that shook me to my core. "Anna, do you want to have a baby? I think it will bring us closer." I froze. The thought of having a child with a man I did not love terrified me. I could not bring a child into this world based on a lie. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm not ready, Mark." He looked disappointed, but he didn't push me. He never pressured me, and that made me feel even worse. I felt like I was drowning in this marriage. Every day, the guilt ate away at me. I knew Mark deserved better. He was a good man, a man who loved deeply and purely. And yet, I could not love him back. Sometimes I wondered what people would say if I left him. Would they judge me? Would they call me selfish? Would they think I was heartless for walking away from such a good man? One night, I packed a small bag. I had decided I was going to leave. But when I walked into the bedroom and saw Mark sleeping so peacefully, I couldn't do it. He looked so content, unaware of the storm raging inside me. I felt like a monster for even thinking of leaving him. The next morning, Mark made me coffee, as he always did. He smiled at me and said, "Anna, I believe in us. We can make this work." His words shattered me even more. I sit in my room sometimes and cry, feeling lost and broken. I don't know how to fix my life. Mark continues to try planning small surprises, leaving sweet notes, doing everything in his power to make me happy. But no matter how much he loves me, he cannot change how I feel. One weekend, Mark took me to the beach. "Maybe the sea will help you feel better," he said. We walked along the shore, the waves crashing gently against the sand. It was beautiful, but I felt nothing. Even the vast ocean could not wash away the emptiness inside me. Lisa called after the trip and asked, "Did it help, Anna? Do you feel any better?" I told her the truth. "No, nothing helps. Every day, I think about my future. I know I can't live like this forever, but leaving feels so hard. Mark is still trying, still hoping, and I am still stuck, paralyzed by fear. What if I never find happiness? What if Mark is the best I will ever have?" One night, I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. I had lost my smile, my joy, my dreams. So now, I have made a decision. I cannot live this lie any longer. I must be brave and choose a new path. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I deserve a chance at real happiness. And more than anything, Mark deserves a love that is real. This is my story. It is not a happy one, but it is honest. I share it because I hope someone else will learn from my mistake. Don't rush into marriage for the wrong reasons. Wait for real love. I hope Mark forgives me one day. He deserves happiness. And now, I must find mine. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share. Maybe it will help someone who feels the same.